Content warning. On this podcast, we discuss sensitive issues, including but not limited to swearing, tasteless jokes, situations of a sexual nature, and drug use. This podcast is not intended for children. Hello, and welcome to BiblioWrecks, the podcast where we read bad books and suffer and make you suffer with us. I'm Bugs.
And I'm Bam Bam. And, man, I struggled. I struggled with this one. I had to take an entire day off of work to do this one. Because I tried for like 2 weeks to read this for the second time. Because I read it once last year, and I retained absolutely nothing from it.
Is it dry?
It's not dry. It's just not interesting.
Oh, no. So it's boring bad.
Yeah, kinda. We'll get into it, but first thing I have to show you is the cover of the book. And I'm going to show that to you and explain what it looks like to the listeners because, you know, it's on the cover page of the book. The author intended you to go into it knowing what you're getting.
Oh, no. Okay.
So I'm doing Clockwork Universe by John W. Dennehy. And
I remember you reading this last year. Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
I remember that picture.
I picked this one up around the same time.
Wait. What did we decide the name of that animal is? Because it's not any animal known to mankind on Earth as we know it.
Yeah, like there's the name that the book goes by. Did we have another nickname for it or something?
I think we were trying to say leopard or
leopard. RHINOPARD.
Yes.
So
RHINOPARD.
What the book calls it is a RHINOPARD.
RHINOPARD, okay.
It is a rhino leopard.
Yes.
And it looks bad.
It's so goofy.
It's like mid-2000s on the Sci-Fi Channel. We had a $6,000 budget. What wasn't spent on donuts and heroin went to the producer's cousin who learned how to render on a toaster.
Yes. And they were really high, and they looked at a cat, and they're like, imagine a cat, but it's a leopard.
But it has a horn.
But it has a horn coming out of its nose, and it's a rhino man.
So, for the strict listeners, in the background is a bunch of just floating, disconnected gears. This is in the steampunk genre.
Right.
So that feels like, you know, pretty normal for steampunk, right?
Gears, yes. Gears equals steampunk, especially like mid-2000s.
As for the foreground is where our star is. It's a rhinoceros with paws, claws, fangs, and leopard print fur with a lolling tongue like a dog.
Yeah, because, like, when you look at its body shape, they actually did combine its body shape because it has the rhino hump, like, behind its neck above its shoulders, but then its flanks kind of do more morph into cat. It's so, anamorphs, but two animals, and it's a sad poor boy.
Yeah, I really can't tell if this was like a genuine effort. Because I look at it and like it seems like someone had to be trying to do this. But it could be like someone was genuinely trying to do this, or like someone placed a bet and was like, I bet you can't, you can't do this, and then write a story about it, and they did. They sure fucking did.
They were nagged into into this entire plot.
And we've got this aborted hybrid that looks like it's rendered in Blender, is what it looks like. And it's not good looking. By all means, Google it, and it should come up. It's a Clockwork Universe. It's horrific. So this is my first foray into the steampunk genre.
Yeah, I don't think I've done a steampunk one either.
Yeah. But I really don't think that this story is emblematic of that genre. If it is, then I don't know why it has like any degree of popularity, like at all.
Mm.
So we start in chapter 1. basically imagine like a foggy London morning. We're in Boston. We're in alternate universe Boston.
Okay.
Everything is like Victorian
Baston.
era style.
Okay.
But it is contemporary time-wise. Like, just certain things didn't develop technologically wise, but we're still in 2016.
2016, but we still use steam power?
Yeah.
And, like, old-fashioned electrical stuff? Okay.
Yep. The streets are nearly empty. We follow a woman named Sarah, walking on the street to her family Brownston, which is like a higher class apartment, I guess, basically.
Yeah.
It's like a street viewing apartment, kind of.
Aren't those the ones where it's like there are separate houses, but they share the same wall? Like it's a big long stretch of houses.
Yeah, that's exactly it.
I think Paddington, his family lives in one of those.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We get a short description of her and the scenery. She's wearing a Victorian dress.
Yep.
Yep. And that's all we're given.
Oh.
Now, one thing I do know about steampunk is that it is very specific with its aesthetics, I believe.
Yes.
Iron rimmed goggles, brass fittings on leather, ornate and extravagant dresses.
Yes.
And just saying it's a Victorian dress is like so vague.
Yeah, because we're not taking into account like what kind of corset, what specific style, even a color. Do we get a color?
Like how she's wearing it, anything.
Right, because
like she could be like wearing it primmed and perfectly kept because she's very particular about her style, or maybe she wears it loosely and begrudgingly because she resents the expectations of her station in life. But no, it's just a Victorian dress with a nondescript Sarah woman in it.
Okay, we get to fill in the details on our own.
Yep, whatever you think is a Victorian dress, that's what she's wearing.
I'm imagining a scullery maid.
Whatever color you want it to be, too.
Gray.
We don't even get a color.
Gray and sad.
And the scenery, likewise, is loosely described. There are gas lanterns, steam buggies, and hansom cabs. And I get the sense that this book is very plug and play. Unplug shirt and jeans, plug in Victorian dress. Unplug car, plug in steam buggy. It doesn't feel like there was a person who cared enough about like the actual minutia involved to make me care about it.
Like, they didn't realistically go through what items were not invented to keep us at that stage for over 150 years or whatever.
And what kind of things would be invented to, like...
make up for those
needs.
needs.
Yeah, make up for that. Well, so we're still getting, like, some degree of modernity through a different avenue. It's a really neat mental exploration. But we don't get that.
Yeah.
And I usually wouldn't write a book that hard for those kinds of things. And the reason I'm doing it here is because that's all in the first paragraph or two.
Oh.
Your target audience will read that and immediately know that the author doesn't care and just shitted out a bunch of steampunky buzzwords onto a page. And anyone else who reads it won't do it for long because there's nothing immediately interesting to hook them.
Yeah.
And later, much later in the book, he does get better with his descriptions, but my guess is no one that might have enjoyed that part made it there.
Oh, that sucks.
Yeah, I can't tell that this book enjoyed any degree of popularity, like very few reviews.
Oh, okay.
That aside, it's misty and eerie out.
Well, that helps because you don't have to describe stuff if you can't see it.
That's right.
If we're in a foggy lane, we don't need to describe the lane.
Sarah hears leather slapping cobblestone, just slightly out of sync with her steps. She stops, and the steps stop right after. Yes, someone's following her.
And the most clunky way of telling us that.
Quote, "Who's there? Tell me, or you'll be sorry," Sarah says. And this, again, bothers me. Because she's supposed to be, like, at least upper middle class. Like, she's living in a brownstone in Boston. And she's wearing a dress, she's a lady. Her using a contraction, like the "you'll be sorry," feels too modern American.
And not upper class.
She's supposed, she's supposed to be from a well-bred family. Probably it's "you will" or she's just American. But this is alternate universe, modern America, and she's standing on the street scared. So maybe it's passable. I don't know. It just doesn't feel right.
Yeah, because are we supposed to think she's like this spunky, stand up for herself heroine?
Eventually. She's not the main character.
Oh.
She is the romantic interest.
Oh, okay.
A tattered man smelling of booze steps out of an alley. He begs a few pounds from her because, they're using pound notes because this version of America is still part of the British Empire.
Oh. Okay, that's a different version.
Yeah.
Okay.
And he's begging in more of a threat way than like a request way.
Yes.
She correctly assumes that the man will snatch her purse the moment she pulls it out. She tries to leave, but the man pulls a knife, and he's too close now, so she can't just run away.
And we don't know what kind of shoes she's wearing, so we don't know if she can effectively
That's also
run.
True. What would the Victorian version of tennis shoes be?
Leather boots. So you could run. Well, they had short heels, but they would be. If you were, is she on cobblestone?
I believe, yes, it does say cobblestone.
Like, I would anticipate running in those, like, they're leather soled, so they're kind of slippery, and then running on, and it's going to be wet because it's foggy.
But again, what kind of dress is she wearing? Because she could have a bustle.
Yeah,
and
she could be heavily weighed down with 80 pounds worth of clothing.
Are we still using whalebone at this point, or
right.
are we up to the metal cages?
Is she unable to take a full deep breath?
But we'll never know. So instead, she kicks him in the balls and starts beating him with her purse.
Okay.
Then there's a heavy thud in the alley, and a clawed paw shreds into the man and drags him into the fog while he screams. And Sarah runs as, quote, the ground began to thunder behind her.
Now, this is a perfect book. I love this. Why
Is
don't
it?
you like it?
I don't think it is. I fundamentally disagree. I really wanted to enjoy it, like, ironically bad book, but no, I don't. I hate it. I hate everything about it. Now we move to chapter 2.
Okay.
Now we follow a new character. His name is Kevin Barnes. This is our actual protagonist. He's waiting for his train to normal Boston, normal modern our universe Boston.
Oh. Oh.
Yeah.
Huh?
We'll get into it. And
Okay.
he's planning on going to Boston to set up gigs for his band to play. We get a much more depthy description of Kevin.
That's because he's a man.
He is a man.
And I'm presuming there's no fog.
No fog.
So you can actually see him.
Yeah, no rain yet either. It's a clear day.
Okay, there you go.
We're about to have rain here, but not yet.
Okay.
Quote, he played in a throwback punk band. Kevin liked to think the purple mohawk or oversized diaper pins in his ears drove them off. But it was probably the jack boots with crimson laces.
That drove them off.
Yeah, like I guess he's dressed, I don't know, goth, and that's off-putting to people, I guess.
So some people ran away from him?
Not really running away. They're just not, most people just aren't talking to him. Like, other people are just standing at the train waiting for the train.
Oh, and they're not, like, fawning all over him. Hello,
guess.
how are you? Who are
Yeah.
you? Okay.
And I guess to him that's running them off.
Okay. Because, yes, you are the center of the universe, my good sir.
Yeah, it sure is. Then it starts to rain, or as the author puts it, quote, a deluge broke and cascaded buckets of precipitation.
Wait. Deluge. Buckets and
It's a
precipitation.
rain of raining rain.
It's a rain of raining rain. It's chai tea.
And that's the most asshole way to say it's fucking raining.
Yeah.
I hate that. It makes me want to slap like every English teacher I've ever known with a live trout. So we're waiting at the station. Quote, everyone waited like drones, staring blankly at the tracks. He, talking about Kevin, pumped to a shuffle that he'd loaded into his iPod. Sex Pistols, Dead Kennedys, and vintage suicidal tendencies. So that's his music taste.
And nobody has smartphones yet, do they?
Well, see, that's something that fucks me up later.
Oh, because if he has an iPod and everyone is staring at the tracks like drones, that tells me we're like 2004.
Yeah. a lot of this gives the vibe like it's mid-2000s, not 2016.
Yeah.
And throughout the entire course of the book, he gets teleported to an alternate universe where they don't have cell phones. Mm-hmm. And at no point does he even think about looking at his phone until 3/4 of the way through the book.
So this guy really is playing with steampunk and doesn't even care about technology.
Mm-hmm. No, it's even more annoying than that.
Oh.
So I'll get into that.
Yeah.
But right now, we're really concerned about his music tastes.
Okay.
So it was Sex Pistols, Dead Kennedys, and Vintage Suicidal Tendencies. Have you ever heard of any of
I
those?
have heard of them with a different character who is also into punk.
Okay.
Apparently.
Yeah, this seems very standard for punk people. I
Yes.
guess.
Yeah.
So back when I read this about a year ago, I actually listened to a few songs by those bands. Mm-hmm. And they weren't, in my opinion, they weren't good enough that I still listen to them, but also not bad enough either that I remember anything about them.
Mm-hmm. Not your taste, right?
Yeah, not really mine. I mean, I like some punk songs, but it's just those bands just weren't doing it for me. I think they're just too old for me.
With the caveat that you don't particularly
I'm
like
also
music.
I'm very much only broadening my musical horizons here in the last couple of years.
Because you've described listening to music as hearing noise.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you don't absorb music
Yeah.
like other people, it seems.
Yeah, I genuinely did not enjoy music for a long time. I'm only starting to enjoy it here in the past couple of years. So that's a me thing.
Yeah.
So they're probably fine. I don't know.
If that's your taste, people like them.
Yeah. I'm totally neutral toward anyone else's taste in music.
Mm-hmm. Except me, because I love musicals.
Yeah.
You hate musicals.
I do hate most musicals. There are some exceptions. So the interesting thing is, I don't think that this is a self-insert character.
I was wondering about that,
Mm-hmm.
because this is so specific.
Yeah, very specific kind of character. I looked up the author, and he was a lawyer.
Oh.
And for some number of years. And Kevin seems to dislike any like kind of establishment types. He calls them yuppies. Very, very anti-establishment. I guess that goes along with the punk. He's a very punk boy.
Yeah, right. Okay.
So a lot of the time during this book, it really just doesn't feel like he even likes Kevin. Like, you know how we really like the way Crichton writes people because he seems like he has a genuine love for all his characters, like even the bad ones?
Yeah.
This is the opposite of that. I feel like the author actively dislikes Kevin, and it makes me dislike Kevin and want bad things for him.
Right. Huh.
The really annoying thing, one of the annoying things about Kevin, he's listening to music, like he's doing a shuffle, whatever the fuck that is.
Oh, I remember shuffles.
What is that? Is that
You
a
make a
dance?
playlist, and within the playlist, you put all of the stuff that's a certain mood. And then on the iPod, you could hit a button that would shuffle it, and you would not know the next song that would come up. So
Okay,
you would
so
know
he's
at some
humping to a
point
shuffle? What is that?
that means you're jibing with the current song.
Right. So
And
he's
everything
sitting
in the
here at this-
playlist is within a mood.
Right. So
You have
he's
a
just
mood.
sitting at this train station kind of
Enjoying.
dancing, I guess.
Yeah.
Sort of
Being one of
dancing?
those assholes who is having a music video in his head in public
Yeah.
around everyone else.
It's Kevin's music video world, and everyone else is just living in it, and they're not important. They're just drones. But he's listening to music, and every time we start having some kind of dialogue, because despite the fact that he's running everybody off, he starts 2 conversations in public, dressed the way he is, and we have to take off the headphones, lower the volume every single time he starts talking. And I just find that like a little annoying. Like, we already name drop the music. We don't have to go through the rigmarole of literally stopping listening to the music. Like, we definitely get it. He listens to music. He's a music boy.
Yeah.
Then a stranger walks up to Kevin. He takes an interest in his Dead Kennedys patch because he is also a fan.
Okay.
Yeah, and he's dressed up in a suit. Kevin describes him as a yuppie. And he introduces himself as Roland.
Okay.
After discussing concerts briefly, because this guy is older, he's been to a lot of older concerts, because I think some of those bands are on the older side. Roland asks Kevin to watch his briefcase.
No, you don't do that. You better not. No.
But he'll be right back, he promises. And
Sure.
Kevin agrees.
Oh my God. I hate this guy now too.
Yeah. But the train shows up and is ready to leave, so he decides to just, quote, snag the briefcase.
Steal it and take it with him?
Yeah, that's definitely stealing.
Yeah, because you should just leave it there.
Mm-hmm.
Because it's not yours.
Right.
That guy was an idiot for leaving it with you, but you shouldn't take it.
Right. So he's definitely just stealing this briefcase.
Yeah, but granted, the other guy was an idiot to give it to a random punk,
Agreed.
or it's full
that
of
is
drugs,
stupid.
or it's full of bad things
Or
that
it's
he's
a
trying.
bomb.
Or it's a bomb.
That's where my
Yes.
mind would have went. In 2016, yeah, I'm still thinking 9/11 things happened.
Yeah, like, that's why you never, ever agree to watch anyone's bag.
Mm-hmm. So he sits down, but he puts the briefcase in the nearby seat and was, quote, expecting Roland to come strolling down the aisle. So I don't know if he's just trying to make it look like he's not stealing just in case, or if he's...
He was assuming maybe Roland was also getting on this train.
Right.
And that's why he took it with him.
Yeah, so I can't entirely tell whether he's actually intending
His
to
motivation.
be a thief. Yeah.
Right.
So I don't know whether he's, got altruistic means or if he's just stealing.
Mm-hmm. And we don't know enough about him as a character. Like, being punk doesn't mean you're a thief.
Yeah, it doesn't
we
mean
have
you're
no
a bad person at
idea who he is as a person.
Yeah, so I don't understand what this person's motivations are.
Right.
Then the ticket punchers tell him to put the case in the overhead. And instead of holding the handle, he actually has to touch the sides of the briefcase. And that's when he notices that it is weirdly warm.
Oh, no.
But he doesn't think anything about it.
Kevin, what are you doing?
Kevin, he's not a thinking boy.
He does not think.
He's a punk boy, but he ain't a thinking boy.
Oh.
A woman asks to sit next to him. And similar to with Roland, they bond about music briefly because she's listening to music. She talks to him about the bands he's into, and she's listening to Marilyn Manson or something.
Mm-hmm. So this guy just has weirdly good luck with people around him who also like music that he likes.
And I'm not sure what is trying to be said about or with music,
because
if
he
anything.
was initially thinking, "Oh, I drive away all these people because of the way I look."
Because of my style and
but
because of the bands I listen to.
That's immediately contradicted by what happens.
Two people who bond with him over music
that they can see from his patches and his clothes.
So I'm not sure, what is trying to be said.
Yeah. It could be so clever. If you were making a statement about, someone who has low self-worth, mm-hmm. and they think, everyone judges me and hates me because of my hair, and then you repeatedly see others approach them, mm-hmm. you could actually have a really interesting look into cognitive dissonance mm-hmm. and low self-esteem and how reality doesn't always match your perception. And I have the feeling I'm going to be disappointed.
Yeah, well, I hate to tell you. You're right. So this woman that has sat down, mm-hmm. this is Sarah.
Okay.
From the previous chapter.
Is she wearing the Victorian dress?
She's wearing modern clothes.
Okay.
Same girl as the other universe. And that's when I realized this is my least favorite kind of parallel universe story. It's the kind where the world is fundamentally different from some point in history.
Oh my God.
And yet results in the exact same people existing in the exact same place.
I hate that too.
I fucking hate that.
Because if you think about it for more than 2 minutes, it mm-hmm. completely falls apart.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it simply does not make any sense.
Yeah.
The transition from chapter 2 to 3 is Kevin taking a nap and waking up in the other universe on a texturally different train. Sarah is still sitting next to him, now in Victorian clothes, and remembers him, but doesn't know anything about the other universe.
No.
And he's still in his clothes.
No. I reject this.
I agree. Real fucking stupid. Really fucking annoying. He's wearing the same clothes. Everyone else is wearing alternate universe appropriate wear.
So his body moved.
His body shifted, I guess.
Because we could have a
he's in the
consciousness. We could have a consciousness shift, like Freaky Friday.
I would accept that.
But across universes.
I would
also accept that.
If he was wearing
appropriate clothing.
Yeah, universe appropriate clothing.
And being in that body.
Yeah.
Yes, I would accept that.
His other universe brain is in this universe body.
Right.
I would accept that.
Yes.
That's not what's fucking happening.
God damn it.
He's still wearing his diaper pins. He's still got the mohawk.
Oh my god.
He's still got his fucking, what the fuck were they called? The fucking shoes. I don't give a shit about those shoes. He loses one of them partway through the story, and I'm glad.
Oh my god.
So, I hate everything about the way this is already set up.
Yes.
So, Kevin wakes up, and also transitioning by falling asleep.
Gonna
get a lot
got
of
it.
that.
It's so classic. How many books have we seen where they did that?
A lot. And everything is steampunk flavored now. Sarah actually has some description to her clothing now.
Oh.
Yeah. Would have been nice to see a little bit of that at the beginning when it was trying to hook you, but whatever.
Especially, steampunk is so much about the aesthetic. I want to know about the cool corset on the outside of the dress, or, the awesome bat wings in her hair, or, the fancy studded shoes, whatever.
Or the intricate hairstyles, or, the accessories. I know steampunk people love accessories.
Oh my God, do they?
Quote, he looked over at Sarah to find her wearing a long black dress that flared at the hip. The midsection was crimson with a row of large buttons running down the front. And that's the description. It's certainly better than just being a Victorian dress.
Yes.
Still not great.
No.
Still don't.
Wait, would you mind reading that to me again?
Okay. He looked over at Sarah to find her wearing a long black dress that flared at the hip. The midsection was crimson with a row of large buttons running down the front.
So it's a black skirt and a red top. So probably wearing a corset and big buttons down the front. Okay.
Yeah, I don't know. But that's not the real crazy thing. The crazy thing is she still has a laptop.
The other Sarah had a laptop?
Yeah, I don't remember a mention of that in the first universe, but this one has a laptop for sure. I'm assuming the other one had a laptop and it just phase shifted too or something. I don't know.
A ThinkPad that weighs 15 pounds.
I really don't know how this thing is supposed to work because they don't have any other... nothing else comes even close to the laptop.
Right, no digital screens.
Yeah, everything else is basically just run off of different variations of steam motor. Mm-hmm. But she has a laptop, and it immediately disappears. We never see anything like that again.
What the fuck?
Like, if she knows what a laptop is, like even this universe's version of a laptop, later on he shows her a cell phone, and she's just like, "What is this cell phone?" Like an alien. But she had a laptop,
which is just
basically just a bigger
cell phone.
And all he's using it for is a flashlight.
And they should have something similar to flashlights. They had lanterns.
Yeah, but no, they never advanced past that. They're just still using lanterns.
Yeah. Lazy. This author is lazy.
I'm pretty sure they had better light technology back then, because I think back then they had like carbide lights and stuff like that.
Yeah. And like even in World War I, they had rechargeable electric like lights.
Yeah, and this takes place after World War I for sure, because they refer to the Great War a lot.
Oh, but it's Victorian.
It's Victorian style. For some reason, the style just never changed from, was it the 1400s the Victorian era is? I can't remember.
1850s to
yeah,
1880s.
that makes more sense. It just never progressed past that.
Right.
But this laptop is now encased in polished mahogany and trimmed in fine brass. And it seems like everything except Kevin and his clothes are changed. And even his suitcase is now a portmanteau. It's nice leather, brass. Generally, everything in this universe that gets looked at is made out of fine mahogany, some other wood, leather, and brass.
Mm-hmm. Well, I was assuming, right, because I understand, we're in two separate universes. Mm-hmm. Mysterious stranger hands him a case. Hold on to this. He touches it. It's warm. He falls asleep. I was assuming the case is what took him to the other universe.
Yes.
But the case should look the same.
One would think, but it's not. But that is what what took him to the other universe.
Okay.
You are correct about that.
Okay.
But for some reason, it chameleons with whatever I guess whatever universe he goes to. I don't know. As far as I know, this is the only book in this series, so I've got no way of finding out more.
Right. Author, do not write another. We don't need another.
But it seems like it just has like a vintage veneer on everything. It feels like almost Flintstone.
Yeah.
Like all the same technology in a lot of places, but it's all just a dinosaur, or in this case, just made out of mahogany and brass. Mm-hmm. And like if this wasn't an earnest attempt at steampunk, then I truly feel like this is a disservice to the genre, really.
It's reminding me of the Around the World in 80 Days with Jackie Chan and what's his face? I don't remember the other guy's face.
Was it Owen Wilson?
No. It was
I'm thinking
English
of something
guy.
else.
You were thinking of Shanghai Noon?
I think that's it.
It just has Jackie Chan's name on it. Nobody cares about the other guy, I guess. But yeah, it was like they didn't actually update. A lot of the technology was basically just slapped with brass and wood in that movie, I think. Yeah. And that's what it's really giving me is we don't want to think about it. We want our modern whatever, and we're just going to
vintage it up a little bit and make it look like it belongs in that era.
Yeah.
Even though it's definitely... there's a word for it. I don't have time to think about that. So Kevin is having a panic attack because he doesn't understand why everything looks different.
Logical. Yeah, that's a reasonable response.
But he decides to focus on a boisterous man across the aisle who's talking to someone else about a serious situation that's transpiring in Boston. There have been a series of attacks and deaths across the city.
Oh.
He's not saying what, but that the 10th Royal Hussars, whatever those are, were being deployed, and the Honorable East India Company had retained his, the boisterous man's, services because he was one of the top 5 big game hunters in the world. When asked if he was number 1, he says, "Heavens no, the top 4 were all too busy." Genuinely funny.
Okay, that's a good line. That's a good joke.
Kevin talks to Sarah and asks what the fuck is going on, and she has no idea what the fuck he's talking about. But as the train stops, she does flirtatiously badger him into walking her off the train. As they get off, they encounter the boisterous man from earlier. His name is Cunningham. Who asked Kevin to carry his bags for him because he is a short, fat man, and I think that's all he does is just hunt and drink brandy and eat.
But why would he trust Kevin with his bags?
I have no idea.
Why did people keep handing this man bags?
Because he's the plot.
Like, to them, he would be dressed like a clown.
Yeah.
He would look literally like he was from the circus.
Yeah. And guess what? It's barely commented on.
But everyone would be looking at him
yes,
really
he would
weird.
be a fucking spectacle.
He would be such a sore thumb.
But I'll tell you about the things here in a little bit.
Okay.
When they bring it up.
Okay.
And at this point, I want to note that Kevin has immediately changed his entire manner. He's, sorry, Mrs.ing. He's, what do you need, sirring, all of a sudden. He's being very amenable, all of a sudden. And the character is just letting himself be trumped over by everyone so that the story can happen. Because if we have any kind of personality, it's going to get in the way of the plot, and we don't want that.
Right. If he was in any way acting like a normal person.
Or legitimately having a panic attack and
Yeah.
not understanding what's happening, that would slow down the flow of the story.
The author was like...
So he's just going with the flow, and the story's just happening at him.
That's kind of wild.
And it makes it just genuinely uninteresting because, he's going to do the plot thing, whether that's his motive or not.
Right, because conflict is what causes interest in a story. You have to have conflict to make it be a good story.
Right, and there's zero conflict.
That's nuts.
The conflict is, can we kill this monster or not?
Huh.
And that's just not really enough conflict.
No, it's not.
And you would think like a story about a modern punk rocker going to Victorian English society would be kind of interesting. Like friction is going to happen, and
it could be really funny because he will accidentally lift his pinky when he's drinking tea because he saw that in movies, and that's not something they actually did.
Fish out of water stuff. It's fun.
He'll bow the wrong way or not bow at all, and people will look at him weird.
But it's actually just really boring, and he's just anxious and trying to be obliging. And he's not freaking out nearly enough, and no one is looking at him.
But he's a punk. He's against the institution. He's a
he's supposed to be
contrarian. He's a
anti
rebel.
go with the flow. Yeah.
Yes, he's a rebel. Like, what?
Like I said, it really feels like the author does not like this character.
Yeah.
He does not like him being what he was originally supposed to be.
Yeah.
And like it feels like what would have been cool is to bring some punkness to Victorian British society.
Yeah, that could be
that
interesting.
Would have been neat. And like let everyone let loose and get wild and shit. That would have been fun.
Right. Instead, he's immediately conforming.
Yeah, and he fits in too well.
That's just impossible.
And like, for instance, in modern America, we use imperial standard measurements. It's really stupid, but that's what we use.
That's what we use. Mm-hmm.
So in an America still under British control, it makes sense that they're using metric.
Right.
Kevin should still be thinking in imperial, right?
Yes.
But he doesn't. Every time he mentions or thinks of a measurement, he uses metric.
Do you know how fucking hard that is to add another system to your brain? Mm-hmm. I figured out how to measure in centimeters and get an idea of what it was because I would buy stuff off of Alibaba and like Wish and stuff, and everything was measured in centimeters. And so I finally got to the point where I could read the dimensions and have a good idea of what the size stuff is. You have to practice that so much to go from inches to centimeters.
Even though he's modern American, he's thinking in metric, which, you know...
Like, you tell me it's a kilometer away. I have no idea how far that is.
I don't know. But yeah, anytime he thinks of like a distance, it's some number of meters away. Something is so many centimeters wide or something like that.
I mean, I still have to convert meters to yards. I don't even know meters.
Yeah, and if this is a modern American character, that's the average. Like, it's not always like that. A lot of Americans do just use metric a lot of the time if they're in like a trade or something like that, because metric just makes more sense.
It does. It's more logical, unfortunately.
But he's just already using metric. He already fits in. He's just fitting in too well. And that's a missed opportunity because the fish out of water trope is ripe with humor. And like he tries to do humor in this and it's just bad. But, like, you know, he could do, like, what's the different distance to the RHINOPARD gun bearer? Quarter mile, sir. Quarter what? 1/4 of a mile, sir. What is that, some kind of cake? You can get a lot of mileage out of that kind of joke.
Yes.
But, no, it's just wasted.
You know what this reminds me of is Left Behind. And the reason being, in that universe, these characters were supposed to have been gross, secular, leftist, evil people with nose rings and short hair. And then they become converted and immediately start acting like Christians.
Yeah,
like, they don't have anyone to teach them. And then instantly, they are reading their Bible and confessing and wearing, the clothing that Christian women should wear and praying and blah, 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 blah. And what you get is an author who is not able to think outside of their own experience and imagine the internal world of someone outside of their thing.
And that definitely feels like what this is because, you know, we're talking about a guy that used to be a lawyer and he's trying to come up with this punk character and it's just not. This isn't a punk character. This is a guy that put on some punk clothes, but just acts like he fits in.
So he is a lawyer. Like, the author was a lawyer, and he was trying to create this alternate rebel character, but he's just writing him like he is a
That might not be
person.
Entirely true. He owned a law firm, and I think I assumed he was a lawyer.
That's a decent assumption in my mind.
I mean, I feel like it's a safe bet, but maybe not entirely true. But, so then we get to a thing that made me want to set my phone on fire while I was reading this. While they're making introductions to each other, and Cunningham says, "Glad to meet your acquaintance," to Sarah.
Glad to make your acquaintance.
Yeah. But it sounds like he's saying to Kevin, "I'm glad to meet your acquaintance, Sarah."
Yeah. Because that would be what that technically means.
It's just a little bit wrong.
It's a bit wrong. Yeah.
But then it redeems itself a little bit.
Oh, okay.
Sort of.
Okay.
Cunningham says to Heaven, by the look of your outfit and that hairdo, I'd say you've just returned from the Orient. No, wait, I want to perform that a little better.
Okay.
Hold on. By the look of your outfit and that hairdo, I'd say that you just returned from the Orient. So that's what I imagine he sounds like.
Okay, yeah.
But there's a lot of instances where someone will say some turn of phrase and it will just be a little bit wrong. Like later, they're chasing one of the RHINOPARDS in like a Jeep. And Kevin says, the creature is giving us a run for its money. And it's supposed to be like, it should be the creature is giving us a run for our money.
Yeah.
So just a little wrong. Like, it almost sounds like it's right.
Well, he went and visited that alternate universe and came back, just slightly wrong.
Yeah, they've got different idioms. It's fine.
Yeah, it's just slightly different.
So at this point in the script, we are in chapter 3 of 25.
Oh my God.
So I'm going to make a concerted effort to focus on the story because otherwise I'm going to be nitpicking this thing to death for 9 hours straight.
You'll do a Boxy episode.
Yeah. Might still. We'll see. But I mostly just wanted to focus on a lot of those things because those are a lot of the problems throughout the story.
Right.
So now I can pick it up a little bit and move things along.
Okay. Now that we've established how lazy he is and how illogical some of the stuff is, and I really do love, suspending disbelief.
Yeah.
I will go with it. I will take this ride with you.
I'm fine with being suspending my disbelief, but I'm not happy eating heaping mouthfuls of bullshit.
I would like some internal consistency.
Yeah. It doesn't have to not be magic. I'm fine with magic.
Magic is cool.
But we have to be consistent with what we're doing.
Right. Yeah.
So they've all shaken hands and met one another. Cunningham tells them that he's there hunting monsters with his partner Niles, both former soldiers of the crown. They also need a gun bearer, so they offer Kevin the job. Because he's the main character and we have to get him involved.
Give him something to do.
Right. And after he squirms about it for a little while, squirms about how everything's looking different and not knowing how he would make it otherwise, he accepts finally. Cunningham, Niles, Kevin, and Sarah pile into the steam rover.
Doesn't Sarah have a life?
No.
Doesn't she have places to go and things to do?
She is going home.
Okay.
They're going to take her home and drop her off.
Okay, because I'm like, most people living their life don't just go jump in a car full of men.
Right. But it seems like she is just wanting to hang out with Kevin. For reasons beyond me.
She woke up yesterday. She came into existence yesterday.
Yeah, and Kevin's the one with the most different looking clothes, so she's attracted to him, much like a goldfish is to new colors.
Mm-hmm. His plumage is the most fascinating.
He's
peacocking, yeah.
They all pile into the steam rover, giving her a lift out of genteelness, and she's also near their lodgings. So, as we were just talking about, we're given no reason for it past him being the main character, but she's just enamored with Kevin.
Well, I mean, he is the main character.
He is the main character. He is completely clueless about the society, and he's just sulking around. She's just walking him through how to treat her like a gentleman because he doesn't know how to act like a gentleman. Like, he's not being rude. He's also not acting like a punk like he should be.
Right.
And that could, be some tension. It's like he just doesn't know how to act around people and she's just like informing him and he's like, "Oh, okay, I'm going to act like that now." No, zero tension at all. Romantic or otherwise. And we even get a Kevin insisting she's not his girlfriend trope. Love that.
Oh my God.
So they pick up their kits at their lodgings. They have tea. Kevin goes to the bathroom to check out the suitcase that he got from Roland.
Oh, he still has it.
He still has it.
He took it with him
did.
off the train.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Inside, he finds era-appropriate clothes that fit him perfectly. And a ray gun that he stashes in the back of his pants.
Oh my God.
Oh, don't worry. This ray gun still has yet to piss you off.
Oh,
trust me.
Boy, I'm so excited.
Yep. And it, like everything else, is equal parts brass and wood. And I hate this ray gun for a lot of reasons. Number one of those being, why are you making the ray gun out of wood?
Yeah.
That's real dumb. I hate
Yeah.
that. Decisions like that make it hard to discern whether this story is earnest or not. Because that just sounds really goofy. And it truly just feels like the author doesn't give a shit.
Right, because if it was satire, it would be actually trying harder and be doing better.
I feel like satire would care more about the source material.
It would, a lot.
Or the genre, rather. Mm-hmm. And it feels like a lot of it is just paying lip service, just saying like steampunk buzzwords a lot of the times.
And it feels, so is this like somebody planned this? Somebody sent him to this universe and sent him with clothing?
That's what it seems like.
Right.
Later.
Like it seems like the man off of the original train must have planned this.
Right. But
like we're doing a Christmas train.
There's no reason why.
Oh, okay.
We'll get into it.
Okay.
They drop off Sarah, who insists she's going to be part of this adventure. God damn it.
Mm-hmm. Well, she is woman, and he deserves woman.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And she has to be involved, so he can save woman.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Must save woman.
That's the standard.
Yes.
And they try to retrace the steps of the RHINOPARDS. All throughout this section, we're getting drops of lore where this universe divides in history. From what I can tell, they diverge at the Revolutionary War, where the British win instead of America.
Okay.
And America just stays a colony. But interesting enough, some events still happened, only slightly different.
Oh.
Or they're held at a different perspective now.
Right.
Like the Boston Tea Party. Cunningham and Niles remark that it's strange to commemorate losing a war.
Oh.
Mm-hmm.
Huh.
Because that is kind of weird. Like they have a statue to what was essentially a terrorist act on the Empire.
Right.
So that would be kind of weird.
We would be saying Jefferson the traitor, Franklin the hooligan. Mm-hmm. We would not be saying founding fathers.
Yeah.
And see, that's when you could be really clever, is just rewriting it as, that's Franklin the hooligan, and there's Jefferson the traitor, and him going, oh my God, I've never heard it. What is going on here?
Yeah.
And that would give it so much color and flavor and be kind of fun.
Yeah, it could. This kind of thing it's almost hard to not make it interesting sometimes.
Yeah, like he had to try so hard not
like it
to.
feels like he's weaving and he's like
he's
avoiding
missing everyone.
the landmines of my interest. Hearing these historical facts bums out Kevin. But Cunningham tries to cheer him up, saying the militia in New Hampshire, where he's from, New Hampshire's militia fared really well in the war. So he can have like some kind of like state pride or something. He's kind of like complimenting Kevin on his state.
He knows what state Kevin's from?
Well, they did mention that earlier. I skipped that.
Okay. So they're trying to find a way for Kevin to fit in, even though they don't know he's from an alternate universe.
Right.
They don't know his history is entirely different. They have no reason to be telling him any of these things.
Yeah, and I don't know how far New Hampshire is from Boston, but
Not
they're
very
just
far.
delivering exposition to Kevin.
Yeah.
About those things.
Like, there's no reason for the exposition. It's just, we gotta catch you up on everything because the reader doesn't know, and neither do you.
Yeah.
Because he could have even said, hey, I'm not from around here. You need to tell me.
Yeah, he could have said, I've been
I
in
was
the Orient.
in the Orient for the last 30 years.
Yeah.
Like,
But no, again, that would be creative and
it might cause tension because they might think he's a madman or lying
or they might be racist at him.
Yeah,
they could say he went native over in the Orient,
and now they must lock him up or something.
Yeah.
But no, they give him guns and they give him things to do.
Yeah, they give him all the guns. He's got all the guns
because he's the one carrying the guns.
He's the gun bearer.
He's the strong boy.
Oh, he is not a strong boy. He is
Really?
such a weenie.
Really? But if he's the gun bearer, he has to be strong.
Yeah, he's just not good at it.
Well, that sucks.
Let's see. So they tell him that New Hampshire's militia fared well during the war. Kevin replies that doesn't make him feel any better. So Niles replies with, losing should never make you feel well, especially if you're a born winner. Winners always hate to lose. And then Cunningham adds, sounds like you're a prospect for a winner. So they're also trying to gas up Kevin for whatever reason.
Right, they have no motivation for this.
Right. He's just an idiot sad boy. And they're just like, oh, he's so sad. Let's try to make him feel better. Why? Why? Yeah. Why does everyone care about this, I don't know, middle-aged man with a mohawk? Mm-hmm. It's bizarre. So they go back to the beach where the RHINOPARDS initially got out so they can gumshoe detective, and we get a little bit more lore. Mm-hmm. Basically, the series of events that we're given is the RHINOPARDS were in a shipping container that got busted open. They leapt out of the broken shipping container, ran across the dock, beelined it across the beach into a particular section of woods that they will later find out is where a pipe is that they ran into. More on that later.
Okay.
The lore that gets dropped, Cunningham knows where they came from originally. There's a mad French scientist who does not get named. Very annoying. Mm-hmm. Mad French scientist is doing experiments with vivisection. Mm. And the definition of vivisection is the practice of performing surgery or other invasive experiments on live animals to advance physiological or medical knowledge.
Yeah, in my mind, it was cutting apart cadavers or animals, not necessarily splicing genes.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I don't even know that it's splicing genes. I really don't know what the story intends for this to be. Like, as far as I know, the dude's just implanting leopard teeth into a rhino's face and then skinning it and putting on leopard skin.
Okay, because I was like, this isn't really, it doesn't look like a Frankenstein.
Yeah. I don't know what this is supposed to be, because it seems like this is a feat of surgery. Oh. Like, this doesn't have anything, like, this isn't like gene splicing or anything. Oh. Anything like that. That would make more sense than what this is.
Yeah.
I don't know how you can surgery your way into making a rhino into a carnivore.
No.
It's no idea. And it doesn't explain. All we get is that it's vivisection. It doesn't even have a definition for vivisection. I had to pull that from somewhere.
Right.
That's all that is said as to how these creatures are being made, is that it's a mad scientist that's using vivisection.
It was a medicine sciencey sounding word. That was good enough.
Yeah, and he's doing it in a village in, I think, South Africa.
Okay.
Yep, and that's literally all we're given.
Fine.
Sure.
Fine. You know what? This kind of reminds me of that one you did where it was like the Loch Ness Monster.
Yes.
I
picked this book at the same time as that book originally.
Really? Because I'm just getting these whiffs of sci-fi words. Mm-hmm. You know, quantum.
Yeah, this one's worse. Like, at least the Loch Ness Monster one fucking tried.
Yeah.
But this one, vivisection. You get the word vivisection. At least the other guy was like, it's probably not possible, but, you know, he could have just been mashing things together until something happened.
If you smush enough genes and bits together,
but
out will crawl this thing.
Yeah, and this one we just get vivisection. That's it. That's all we got.
Vivisection. He's a Frenchman.
Because he's French. Yeah. But anyway, it doesn't matter how it's supposed to be coming together. That's just how we get our stupid sci-fi monster.
Okay. Because part of me was like, okay, alternate universe, alternate animals.
Mm-hmm. No, all the other animals are exactly the same. These are the only animals that are like this, because they got engineered.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah.
Accepting and moving on.
You'll have to, because we don't get any answers. So Cunningham walked us through the shipping containers and that the two RHINOPARDS were in that got busted open. Follow the claw marks on the dock. Then somehow know that they made a beeline toward a pipeline. I think they were described that by somebody else. So they go and look in the area of trees that they supposedly went into, and they found the pipe.
Mm-hmm. These are like underground tunnels kind of things?
Yeah, so...
How big is a rhino? Like, size of a pony?
Do you know how big an elephant is?
Theoretically.
About a third of a size of an elephant, roughly.
Weight-wise? Or like if I was standing next to it, is it as tall as me or shorter than me?
Oh, it's certainly taller than you.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
These ones are described as the size of a young rhino, because these things are really big and powerful, but also agile, is the way they're described.
Okay.
And they're also described as being, like, really heavily armored. I'll get back to that because there's a real stupid fucking line about it.
Okay.
I'm real mad about it. So I'm imagining these things are roughly twice the size of a horse.
Oh, that's big.
Yeah, and real rhinos are much thicker than that.
Okay.
I would say a full-size rhino is probably worth roughly 4 or 5 horses.
Okay. That's able to convey to me because I've been next to a horse. So, yes. Jeez, that's really scary.
Yeah.
And then you put these fucking sharp teeth in it and made it a carnivore.
I mean, on paper, it sounds like it would be scary if it was
Yeah.
real, but
Yeah.
in practice, it's just goofy sounding. But the way it's described, the RHINOPARDS jumping out of the cargo box and then making a beeline straight for this pipe that goes under the city of Boston, it feels intentional.
Yeah.
Like, it feels like it feels like there is foreknowledge and intent happening here.
Right.
Which these creatures are allegedly from South Africa. There's no reason why they should know that. Mm-hmm. Doesn't make any sense. They're just an animal. They're described as like supremely intelligent. You know, they got the whole velociraptor treatment and all that.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, they're super smart, but that doesn't make them just know the entire city of Boston.
And like, if these are sewer pipes or water pipes that like take the water flow from the city during the rain or something, those would smell like poop and trash. That would not particularly interest
Not necessarily.
either of those animals.
So these aren't sewer pipes and they're not runoff pipes.
Oh.
So this is steampunk. Everything runs on steam.
They're steam pipes?
Kinda. Well, they're condensation pipes.
Okay.
Boston has what it calls a cogeneration facility, which I think is just another word for steam plant. And it's for heating and power distribution through the city.
Okay, I have heard of this. I have heard of that.
Yeah, I think
system.
they have
Yes.
some stuff like that in Sweden, where they have like some natural volcanic,
I think they might also have that in Russia in some places
Probably.
too.
and they just literally pipe steam
Yeah,
through
and-
people's houses for
yeah.
heat and
Right.
power.
Yeah.
So I believe this is just a large scale Boston version of that.
Okay.
So everything in the city is running off of steam.
Right.
And all those pipes and stuff, while that steam is being made, creates a lot of condensation. So they need a series of underground pipelines to release all the condensation.
Okay.
They go into these pipes, and they're looking to see if they can scout how many RHINOPARDS there are. And as they'll find out later, there are 2.
Oh, I was expecting a herd.
Right. It's kind of awkward just have 2.
I thought we were building up to like dozens.
Yeah, I was thinking there would be like at least like 7 or something.
Yeah.
But no, it's 2.
Well, that should be easy.
One would think, well, they got some bullshit too. So Kevin is carrying the guns and ammo, and he whines the entire time. He's out of breath, his feet get soggy, his legs ache, he's never worked this hard in his life, wah. And it makes sense for this character not being fit or practiced in like physical labor, but it's an entire chapter or 2 of him whining, and to the point that I wonder if the author is just doing this because he doesn't like the character.
We're gonna punish this character.
Yeah, and I guess in like it kind of makes sense in like a character arc sort of way. Like he's really whiny and shitty right now, and then later in the story he's gonna be better
And stronger and
Yeah.
be able to do the whatever.
Yeah.
Huh.
And like, I don't know, it just does. Whether that was the intention or not, it genuinely made me dislike this character.
Yeah.
So it kind of fails for me at least. I don't know. Maybe that could work for somebody, but no, it just makes me not like the character, and I don't care if he ever has a character arc.
It's kind of like how you hate, I think his name is Quinn in The Magicians.
Yes, I do hate
Where
Quinn.
he's just whiny boy,
Mm-hmm.
and there's no really redeeming qualities that make you say, yes, this is why we put up with all of this bullshit.
And now I want this character to succeed.
Right.
And I don't want Kevin to succeed. I want bad things for Kevin. All my homies hate Kevin.
Do the leopards eat his face?
No.
Damn.
We're in Special Boy world. You know they don't eat his face. Let's see. But you know who will eat your face?
Pineapple. It's the fruit that bites back.
That's right. We're advertising pineapples this week.
And I'm also very allergic to it, so...
double dangerous.
It bites me back and keeps on biting.
I ate, probably 2 pounds of pineapple once.
Oh my gosh.
And my entire mouth was raw.
Yes.
And I couldn't eat anything for a day. Well, I mean, I definitely ate stuff, but my tongue was just peeling. My gums were peeling.
Yeah.
It wasn't a great time.
My mouth gets about that way after a portion this day and a portion the next day. Small amounts of pineapple, my mouth feels like I was chewing on glass. And it's all shredded, and my tongue turns red, and my mouth swells up, and yeah, I'm pretty sure it's actual allergy.
Yeah.
So I try to avoid pineapple, and I forget because I love pineapple. And I thought everyone was just getting chewed on back by the fruit because that's what they told me.
And that's why you should buy Dole pineapples.
Go out there and eat that fruit, even if you're allergic and it makes your face turn inside out.
It's worth it.
It's worth it.
Ads. Hello, bad book loving friends. Just updating our socials. We're on Blue Sky now at bugs-bibliorex.bsky.social. We have a Substack at Bugs and Books, and the profile name is Bugs at BiblioWrecks. And of course, our website, BiblioWrecks.com. Drop us a message and check out the content that Bugs works on. She's really good at the social stuff. And let's get back to that bad book. And we're back with bromine-alicious goodness and acid.
You know what's funny is I actually took bromine pills while pregnant with my daughter.
Is it bromine or bromelain? Because I'm pretty sure the
Bromelain?
stuff that's in pineapples is called bromelain.
Maybe it is bromelain. Because it is supposed to help induce labor.
Oh.
It did not work.
Huh. Yeah, it sounds like it wouldn't work.
Yeah, it is what I was so desperate. She was so overdue. So overdue. I was trying everything. None of it works if the kid doesn't want to come out.
Yeah. And you know who else doesn't want to come out? Kevin. He doesn't want to come out of the pipes.
But Sarah is there. The woman is there for your viewing
Sarah
pleasure.
got dropped off. I don't know if I remember.
Oh, I thought that this was days later or something.
No, same day.
Oh. Huh.
Yeah. Despite how much it drags.
Yeah,
it's
this is
happening
really dragging.
fast.
Huh. Okay. You know what? Something I really loved was the new Jumanji. And I enjoyed how they did the exposition because the premise is you're playing a computer game or a video game. So the characters just come up and just spill it all out. But because you're playing a game, it's on purpose and it's funny. They're doing this, but there's no reason.
So they're in these condensation pipes. And they come upon a rhinopard chewing on a limbless, headless torso.
Oh.
But before they can get set up to fire at the creatures, the rhinopards just fucking leave.
Oh, I kind of expected them to defend their food.
One would think. No, the one of them just picks up the torso and just walks the fuck off. And what I mean by nonchalantly is that they say that they don't look concerned, but they also leave.
Yeah.
They're trying to, number one, what the author is trying to do is get them to be able to see the rhinopards without them being in immediate danger. And also trying to impart the knowledge that they're not scared of guns.
Oh.
Yeah. Which is kind of working against you when, they pull out the guns and then the rhinopards just leave. And later they're just going to be vicious killing machines, so why they don't do that here doesn't make any sense.
It's because we're not ready for action to happen yet.
Right.
Yeah.
We're still in setup phase.
Yeah. Ay.
Yeah, it's really annoying.
Yeah.
And inconsistent. So the rhinopards just nonchalantly leave. They're not very concerned, but they're leaving because it's their idea.
Yes. They totally could take you out.
For sure.
They just don't need to right now.
No,
We'll
you're not
later.
worth it right now. The group now takes a moment to speculate. Like when Niles asks if they saw how dense the hide was. They truly are great hunters. They can perform hardness tests with their eyes.
Which, I mean, you could look at something like an armadillo and say, oh, that has, like, armor.
Yeah, it looks a little tougher.
Yeah.
But you can't look at something and just
with
know.
Skin.
Yeah.
You especially can't look at something with hair on it. And know. Like, just looking at a horse, you wouldn't imagine how tough its hide is. Because the leather part is underneath the hair.
Yeah.
It looks...
Especially if we're going by the cover of the book.
Yeah.
They just look fleshy.
Like they just have skin.
And like actual rhinos are fairly resistant to some amount of gunfire.
Don't they have like that really, really thick hide?
Yeah, they do. And in this, it's supposed to be they have that, but it's just amped up because science.
But I thought we were adding leopard.
Yes.
Okay.
But now the rhino features are just better for no reason.
He played Evolution, that game we've played, where you're building your own carnivore, and they decided to keep armor and spots.
And if we were doing a version of that, that would be fucking sick.
Yeah.
If we were going into, like, the fake science of it all.
Yeah.
That'd be great.
Yeah.
We're not fucking doing that. They're just speculating. They're just like, oh, for some reason, the science made it, the armor more armor.
It has to be more challenging for us than normal.
Yeah. And they can just look at it and know that they're just probably immune to bullets just by looking at them.
Ah, but that's why he has a ray gun.
That's why he has a ray gun.
That was just magically given to him in a suitcase at the beginning of the story. Jesus Christ.
Yeah. So they follow the pipes out. Cunningham makes marks on the walls at certain forks in the pipes. Then they finally make it out and are now in the local park where most of the attacks have taken place up until now.
Okay.
They're just about to head back to the rover, which they left on the beach on the other side of the city, so that they can regroup and replan when they see a rhinopard stalking some picnickers.
Oh, here's their chance.
Here's a chance. So they rush within range and take aim, and the guns don't do shit, as expected.
They tested their theory.
They tested their theory.
And probably ricocheted and killed a bunch of people.
And then the 10th Royal Hussars show up in formation, and they're all on horseback, and they're, set up in formation, just to get knocked down like bowling pins by a rushing rhinopard. Several people die, more are injured, and barely a scratch was made on the creatures. Because they're just immune to bullets.
They're just tanks.
Yeah, they're just tanks.
Okay.
They're very vicious, predatory tanks. And they grab a couple of people, and then they go back to the pipes. One of the injured is Niles.
Oh, no.
Kevin assumes he's dying, so he takes one of the rifles, specifically Niles' gun, and follows after the rhinopards. And there's another problem that's emblematic in the story that comes in at this point. But we mentioned it earlier, it is everywhere in the story. The book has a transition problem. For example, beginning to question why he'd venture out alone, Kevin saw sunlight reflecting off the steel access pipe. Metal grating, twisted, was flung open from the mouth of the pipe. Asterisk, 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 asterisk. Stepping inside, Kevin began to reconsider the wisdom of his pursuit. And that's how we transition. He sees the pipe, and then he walks into the pipe.
That's not a fucking change in scene.
That's not you don't need to transition.
No.
You don't need 4 asterisks to go from seeing the pipe to walking into the pipe.
That's just a continuation of the scene.
And, he's doing the same thing twice in a row.
Yeah.
He's saying, he's questioning why he went there alone, and then afterwards, after the not transition, he's reconsidering the wisdom of this pursuit. He's just doing that twice. He did that before and after he got into the pipe. So the asterisk, totally unnecessary. That could have just been a new paragraph. And related issue is the number of chapters and overall length of this book. Because this story is 144 pages on the Kindle version. And how many chapters? I already mentioned it.
25.
There's 25 chapters.
Yeah, that's a lot.
And at least one chapter is a single page.
What?
And just like the asterisks, he uses the chapter breaks for scene transitions a lot of the times.
Well, I will say it is better than the one where it was the one with that girl who found the magic key thing, and we had to transition every scene by her getting knocked out.
Oh, Eos.
Eos.
Yeah.
I will say, at least this seems like maybe
it feels like it feels like the same amount of that.
Oh man.
And like, is it laziness or is it just a lack of creativity? I really can't tell.
I don't know. Like, maybe they had tried to do transitions a different way and it came out bad. I don't know.
How many times do you write that your character lost conscious before you start feeling unoriginal?
Right, and start
like, even
really,
to yourself.
Yeah, worrying about giving your characters brain damage or something.
So, Kevin goes into the pipe. He doesn't have a light and is just wandering around the dark. And again, this is an inconsistency because he does have a light. He has his cell phone.
Right.
Which doesn't get brought up now. It's brought up 3/4 of the way through the story. Because right now we need him not to have a light so he can get snuck up on.
Oh my god.
So he's just wandering around in the dark, and he gets attacked, slashed in the back, and it makes him drop his gun. And he rolls over on his back, trying to scramble away, but the cat side of the rhinopard likes to play with its food, I guess. Because it pins his leg so he can't move. That's when he remembers that there's a ray gun in his pants.
That he's laying on.
It specifically mentioned that rhinopards act as though they don't, or as if they know guns and are not worried about guns.
Right.
But in this moment, we get this when Kevin points the ray gun at the monster. Quote, "The horn tilted and the feline eyes blinked, almost nervously," implying that it knows to be afraid of the ray gun.
And knew that the big, giant elephant guns would do nothing against it.
It's not worried about those. It's like these creatures have previous experience with ray guns.
Yeah.
How would he even know?
Honestly, the other humans in the story wouldn't even know if this would be effective.
Yeah. Well, actually, no.
Oh.
I agree that the way you're thinking about it should be the way it is.
Right.
But we find out it's not.
Oh.
And it's also infuriating. It's equally infuriating that this other party knows about the ray guns as these fucking rhino leopards knowing what ray guns are.
Huh.
But we'll return to that.
Okay.
Kevin shoots the rhinopard with the ray gun and scares it off. It's hurt, but it's far from dead.
Oh.
Yeah, still.
But if its head is above him, he should be able to blast it in the head and it die.
One would think, but the plot gun isn't quite strong enough yet.
Oh, we don't want it to be dead yet. We want it to be a threat.
Yeah.
Still.
Well, to be fair, the plot gun never actually kills either of the rhinopards.
Oh.
Like, all it does is injure at best.
Oh.
So, I mean, that gives me a little bit of leeway. Yeah, basically.
Lowest power setting, Spock.
So Kevin flees the pipes, trips on a root outside, and knocks himself out, which serves to transition the scene to the next chapter.
Okay, you're right. It might be as bad as he is.
Yeah. Kevin wakes up in Cunningham and Niles' lodgings, where Cunningham and Sarah are nursing the injured Kevin and Niles. Niles didn't die.
Oh, well, that's good.
Yeah, and they catch up on all that has happened. Everybody's on the same page. Then we get a bit of access to Sarah's thoughts.
We change to her perspective?
Not really. It's... the whole thing is written in third person.
Oh, so we're just peeking. Okay.
Yeah. We're usually getting most of Kevin's thoughts, but, we do get a little bit of everyone else's thoughts occasionally when the story feels like it wants to talk about that.
Gotcha.
Yeah, throughout the story, Sarah has remained stoic, and she notices that Kevin is kind of a big giant weenie. And she thinks this, quote, "Sarah wanted to climb down from the chair and scoot across the floor and comfort him. The drink seemed to buzz Kevin's head. He sat still as if longing for something. She knew that her life demanded that people act like adults, take risk, and endure suffering. Sarah wondered if Kevin lived in a world that was merely a protected shell. Aside from rare acts of violence, accidents, and random wild animals, he might never have to think about harm or pain and loss, especially loss suffered on account of his shortcomings and failures. Life in her city was clearly more daunting." So she's given the thought that Kevin's from another world.
Right.
And that makes it seem like she knows about Kevin, like being from another universe.
Yeah.
She doesn't. I'm positive that she doesn't. But giving her that thought line, that's that on the nose.
Yeah.
Close to reality. It makes it seem like she has secret information.
Yes.
And potentially a villain or something, because she knows elements of the plot that she shouldn't.
Right.
And speaking of secret information, Cunningham pulls out the ray gun and asks Kevin about it, to which he answers completely honestly. It belongs to a guy named Rowan, and he just happened to get the case from him. But Cunningham doesn't believe him, and we get this exchange. Quote, "There he goes again," Cunningham said. "Why don't you believe me?" says Kevin. "Because we know that you fired the ray gun in the tunnels. So I admit that." "See, he admits it," Cunningham quips. "But the weapon doesn't belong to me." "We know," Cunningham muttered. "It belonged to this Roland fellow. Rubbish." Kevin turned to Niles. "I'm telling the truth, honestly." "You can't be telling the truth, lad," Niles said. "How can you admit to firing it, but then claim that it belongs to this Roland chap?" What do you get from that?
I get that it has a fingerprint lock on it that only allows its owner to fire
Yeah,
it.
there are secret rules to the ray gun.
Yeah. That tells me that it's like biohacked or something to where its owner is the only one.
Something.
Yes.
Kevin says, "I don't understand," and then Niles says, "Only the rightful owner of the ray gun can fire it."
Okay.
So now there's rules to ray guns that just everyone fucking knows.
But not to regular guns, because he could pick up Niles' gun and shoot it.
Right. Regular guns don't have that.
Okay.
Just ray guns.
Just ray guns.
Why they know about ray guns? Couldn't tell you. And
that
why...
makes it seem even more on purpose that he was given a suitcase with clothing that fits him and a gun that responds to him.
Yeah.
And lets him shoot it.
Yeah. And why would anyone in this universe know about ray guns? And why are there rules to ray guns like that?
Yeah.
The answer is, fuck you.
Oh.
Kevin never asks, and we never talk about it again.
That makes no sense.
Transition to next chapter. We got some fucking rhino parts to not explain.
Oh my god! Because this could be a classism thing. This could be spies in this world.
This could tell us something about the world.
Yeah, who are the people who do have access? Is this something super rare that people have only heard about and they have a vague idea of what it looks like? So how do you have one? This is something only the top spies in 007 have.
Yeah. It could be something. We could make this something. But no, we never talk about it again.
Is this a
Chapter's
pistol?
over.
Is the ray gun a pistol? Because I was imagining.
I presume so, yeah.
I was imagining a revolver.
It fits in the back of his pants or something.
Yeah, I was imagining revolver-sized gun.
Yeah, I also believe that's what the size is.
Okay, with a little radio antenna or something.
Sure, why not?
Little circles around
it
that light
doesn't
up.
describe the shape of it or anything. It just says that it is a ray gun and it's made out of wood and brass. Don't know anything past that.
Okay. This book is making me really want to do China Mieville.
It's fucking infuriating.
I need to do
a
good steampunk.
What is China Mieville?
He's an author who wrote good steampunk.
Oh, okay.
In my personal opinion. Some people don't like him. I really liked his stuff, but it's really making me get the craving for good steampunk, and he doesn't do a lot of visual descriptors, but his stuff is really well because it conveys feelings and atmosphere.
See, I could get with that, but this is just, God, it sucks.
This is hot garbage.
It really sucks.
No, I worked at a gas station for a while. This is the juice you get at the bottom of the trash can when you go to dump it in the cart that you take back to the dumpster.
Icky. Yeah, it kind of is, though.
They splashes on your shoes, and then you go home and you smell like that forever.
Yeah, I'm going to be carrying RHINOPARDS smell with me forever now. Next, they come up with a plan, and for the sake of brevity, I'll just give it straight. They're going to work with the Hussars and the cogeneration plant to make a pit trap, where a series of steam pipes will boil the RHINOPARDS alive. They will use Kevin with his ray gun and Sarah as bait.
What?
To draw them out, because the RHINOPARDS seem to prefer women. When was that established? Never. They've killed indiscriminately to this point. Don't worry about it. We just have to justify the girl being there. For Kevin. Kevin is the only one that matters.
But they have Hussars. They could use some random punk
No, they're just there to shoot bullets that don't work.
And the RHINOPARDS know those bullets don't work.
Right.
Oh,
boy. Kevin and Cunningham go up in a hot air balloon to get an aerial view, even though they have blueprints to the condensation pipes. But who cares? We're up in an air balloon, and the propeller is made of wood. Isn't that charming? It's made out of wood. We figured out wood propellers were shit like 5 years after we started making them. But for some reason, for aesthetic, we just have to keep using them. That's entirely too important for the aesthetic of fucking air balloons. Just stick with those for 200 years past when we should have stopped.
yeah, because they have metal.
Yeah, they definitely have metal. They've got steam rovers. They have cars.
Yeah.
Ugh, so fucking annoying. They also go over to the Royal Engineers Corps to enlist their help. I'm including this because it feels like the author thought it needed to be included just because it's steampunk and there haven't been enough gears so far. Quote, "A lull in conversation allowed Kevin to observe the room. Cogs worked in unison, turning a sprocket at the bottom of the gear cluster, then a roller chain attached to the sprocket leading to a drive shaft running through a gap in an interior brick wall. High on the wall, a magnificent clock ticked with large hands circling an ornate face. It connected the brass cogs that churned gear teeth together, affixed to platinum arms, joined by smaller cogs. They attached to larger gears, forming a cluster that worked in orderly unison." Now, I don't know about steampunk, but I do know about gears. This is all just a bunch of gear buzzwords. It's just a bunch of gear noises that he's saying to try to mean something or to sound like it means something. And like, it's just running a clock. And presumably other things, because it's a steam plant. It's not a clock factory.
Right.
But it's not really telling you anything about what it does. No mention of how things are fulcruming off each other or like how the leverage in the system is used. We are told that gears run the entire city, but by the way that it's described, it's as inscrutable as a computer system. This is so affecting to Kevin that later he thinks that the guy that runs the plant must be some kind of universe manager. He only meets the guy once, but at the end of the story, he thinks this about him. Kevin thought of the intricate clockwork inside the brick building and its peculiar operator, Barnaby Runge, which is the plant manager. He began thinking the clockwork had something to do with the bizarre alternate world around him. The intricate cogs seemed more involved than merely providing steam to the city's inhabitants. Something to do with time or an alternate dimension, he suspected, churned by the unusual gears and sprockets. Runge ran the facility and maybe a portion of the universe. How did he come to that conclusion? From that earlier excerpt, just describing all the gears connecting and shit. How does he come to that conclusion?
Yeah.
Because none of that sounded like mystical.
No.
Like, it's just gears connecting to each other.
Huh.
Who the fuck knows? But because Kevin said it, it's fucking true. The engineers weld most of the exits off to the drain pipes, so the RHINOPARDS only have one place to exit from.
Because the presumption is they're in the tunnels currently?
Yeah.
Okay.
The Hussars obscure the steam trap and set up lines of fire for no reason. Cunningham runs the whole operation. There is one mention of evacuating part of the city, and they're just like, no, there's no time. And why? Why is there no time? It's not a bomb going off.
Right.
You're just moving people out of this section of the city.
Yeah.
But there's no fucking time.
False sense of urgency.
It doesn't make any sense here. Like, I understand when they do it in, like, the Avengers or something like that. It's because something's gonna explode. They would never be able to get out in time. But only so many people will get eaten by the RHINOPARD. You could get them out of the area. If you get them out of the area, they don't get eaten. It's not an explosion.
Right.
It's
also,
infuriating.
there is a physical limit to how much food these animals will eat.
Yeah, and they just ate earlier that day.
A limit to even how much they're willing to attack or hunt other creatures. Like, these type of animals that do these, they hunt periodically. They're not hunting every minute of every day.
But no, they don't. They just go on with their plan. There's no time to evacuate the city. They're just they're fucking nobody. We're not even gonna say, like, we could just say, you could just write that down and be like, yes, evacuate the first 4 streets around the entire area or something like that. And it doesn't. This is an illusion. None of that actually has to happen. We're just writing that. We're writing words.
Right.
But these words are just words. We don't have to do them.
What they could do is Kevin goes and takes a nap. And then he wakes up. We had the scene transition.
The thing's already happened.
And the thing happened.
He's time traveling. Kevin and Sarah travel into the pipes, and I need to cut down somewhere because the least interesting things happen here. They go in, they get chased by the RHINOPARDS, they almost die but don't. They make it back outside and successfully bait the RHINOPARDS into the trap. The only part that really stuck out to me was when Kevin said he didn't want to advertise their presence, and Sarah says, "What does this have to do with advertisements?" And that line is so fucking stupid, it doesn't even make her look stupid. It just makes the author look stupid. This character has had a perfectly comprehensive vocabulary up until this point. She would know what the word advertise means, disconnected from the concept of ads. That fucking line infuriates me.
It was supposed to be funny.
Yeah, it was.
She's dumb.
That's what I mean. Yeah, it just makes her look stupid.
Yeah,
and ridiculously stupid, and stupid in a way that doesn't make any fucking sense.
Yeah,
that's the kind of comedy that this guy's coming up with. And it's horrible. It's bad. It's bad.
Yeah.
Anyway, RHINOPARDS are in the trap, and just as they turn the steam on, one of the creatures jumps on the other one's back and leaps out of the pits, leaving the other one to be cooked alive.
Oh.
At this point, Kevin leaves Sarah and hooks up with Cunningham. They take a steam rover and follow the remaining RHINOPARDS trail as it escapes. During this drive, Kevin becomes psychic. He takes an alternate route because he has a gut feeling and he thinks he can get ahead of it. I assume because the words gut feeling or just a hunch is easier to write than an actual intelligent explanation for your character to have some fucking insight.
Secret knowledge again.
Secret knowledge. It's just he has a feeling and it's really annoying. Kevin, it happens like 3 times near the end, and I think the author was just tired of writing this. He's just like, I'll figure that out later, and just never came back. Kevin just has a hunch, because the plot needs him to go somewhere, and there's no reason that has been established for him to know where to go. So they get to the outskirts of the town, and it seems like the creature is heading to the shoreline. They catch up to it, and Cunningham, while hanging out of the window like a jackass, tries to get a shot off at the creature that has taken absolutely no damage from bullets for the entirety of the story. The RHINOPARD rams into the rover, causing it to flip and for Cunningham to fly out of the car. He doesn't die. Then the RHINOPARD comes up and mauls him. Still doesn't die. He's just lying there injured, and Kevin crawls out of the rover, and Cunningham just tells Kevin to continue with the pursuit. So that's what he does. He gets up, he takes one of the guns, and he starts jogging after the creature. He chases the RHINOPARD on foot over the course of like 6 paragraphs. No big transitions. It feels like 5 minutes pass in the story. And Cunningham reappears in a steam jalopy with a steam-powered Gatling gun in the back. Cunningham refers to it as an expeditious acquisition. And that's the laziest shit I've ever seen put to page.
So he's not bleeding out? Despite being attacked by a leopard?
Nope, barely ever mentions his injuries. After this point, we never hear about him being injured again. So, I don't know, maybe the RHINOPARD just didn't really give a fuck about him that much?
Yeah.
It has to get to the beach. It has knowledge of a plan it can't possibly have the knowledge to, that it has to go there now.
Yeah.
For whatever reason. So that shit's super lazy. I guess he was gonna kill Cunningham and then just like double back on it, and now he's in another car that was just parked somewhere.
With a
Who the
Gatling
fuck
gun.
knows where? Yeah, with a Gatling gun out there. Why?
Yeah.
Why?
For why?
Why is it? Why is it like that? But we need Cunningham for exposition in this last part, so he has to be there.
Oh my god. Of course.
Of course. The RHINOPARD makes it to the dock where a cargo boat is, as well as a man in a top hat who appears unconcerned by the creature that is barreling toward him. But the RHINOPARD goes into a cargo box on the boat and gets shut in.
It runs itself into a trap?
Yeah. That was, I guess, part
That's
of the
how
plan.
they solved it?
No, they don't solve it. The Top Hat Man does. The Top Hat Man is just reacquiring his property.
What?
This is the French scientist man.
What? What? No. Does he have a remote with a great big red button saying return home
Doesn't
or
go
some
into
shit?
it. You don't know. We don't know. We don't fucking know. They could be psychic for all I fucking know. We don't get shit.
You know, and psychic would make sense, except there's no reason for Kevin to actually know the ray gun would have hurt it.
Yeah.
Right? If they're like, they know the guns won't hurt them because they know the humans don't believe it'll actually hurt them, that would have been able to make sense. But, like,
Maybe.
It doesn't feel like we're actually giving them psychic powers. We're just giving them prescience.
Yeah, they just have prescience. Because, number one, the RHINOPARDs would have to know where to go to get picked up.
Yeah.
And number two, the Frenchman would have to know to pick them up at this time.
At that place.
Yeah, because prior to that very day, there wasn't a plan to fucking run them out of the sewer, out of the pipes or anything like that.
Right.
So, fucking how? Fuck you, that's how. The cargo ship takes off, a Royal Navy ship catches it, but the Frenchman is apparently also psychic and has a zeppelin descend from the sky and shoot cannons at the Royal Naval ship. The Zeppelin descends a line to pick up the RHINOPARD's cargo box with the Frenchman, and we get this. Also, the Frenchman never says a fucking word. Not, oh, I'll get you next time, or you ruined my plans, or something. He doesn't fucking speak.
Oh.
He doesn't say a goddamn word.
Wow.
But we get this. Quote, just as the cargo carrier steadied itself, the Frenchman removed his top hat and gave the hunters a decidedly genteel bow. He stood erect, and a button to his tailcoat came undone. A green glow emanated from his torso, revealing a timepiece with Roman numerals housed where the man's stomach should have been. Cheapers, Cunningham Bart. That wag is part steam man.
I hate you. Why did you do this to me?
Why is he a robot?
Why the fuck? Why was this concept not introduced before?
Why did the clock android make the dumbest monster? Why did he drop it in Boston and wait until now to pick it up? Why reveal himself? Why any of this?
Why?
And that's pretty much the end of the story. There's a stupid fake out of Kevin like leaving on the train to try to go home, like back to his universe, I guess, and then changing his. For some reason, he thinks the train is part of it. I don't know why.
Even though it was the suitcase.
The suitcase.
It's the case.
I don't know why he thinks the train is an integral part of that. That doesn't make any. I don't know. I truly don't. I don't know why. Why that? I don't know. But yeah, he changes his mind so that he can go out with Sarah because love interest. And that's pretty much it. The only other thing that is of note is that Niles is in a wheelchair.
Oh, so he stayed injured.
Yeah,
or
he
was
stayed
actually
injured.
injured. Okay.
And the wheels in front are really big, like the stupid bicycles from the 1800s.
Okay.
And it's actually even dumber than that. On a cursory Google search of when the first wheelchair was invented, according to sciencemuseum.org, the first self-propelled wheelchair was invented in 1655 and had hand cranks that spun a gear on a wheel. And that would have been much more thematic.
That's actually really cool.
Yeah.
That could look really cool.
And no, we didn't do that. We did the stupid big wheel. We did the stupid backwards wheels on the wheelchair for fuck. I don't know why.
Yeah.
So I'm giving this book a D. Nothing like really morally wrong with it, but it's just such a slog to read. I told you about this earlier, how I had to read this, because I read this once about a year ago, and I had to take an entire day off of work so that I could force myself to read it again. I had to read it for about 15 minutes and then stop and go do something interesting for 30 minutes and then come back so I could reread it. And then the other half of the day was just me banging out the report. Because goddamn, this was boring.
Yeah.
It's so boring.
Yeah.
The first time was easier because I didn't know what was going to happen. This time I knew roughly what was going to happen. I just didn't give a shit.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure I know why he wrote Kevin the way he did.
Yeah, I don't know. Really, my biggest problem with it is I didn't care about his material, and it felt like the author didn't care either, and didn't care to make me care.
No, I think I know why he made Kevin the way he did.
Huh?
He needed to put the punk in steampunk.
That's so fucking stupid. It's so stupid that it has to be true.
Yes, in my guts.
God, that's so fucking
To the end of my toes, I believe.
A fucking lawyer would do that, though.
Yes, he wanted to put a punk in steampunk.
That's so fucking stupid and annoying. I hate this fucking book. This book fucking sucked.
Yes, yes.
What'd you think? What'd you think? I'm stuttering a lot.
Yeah, it's really bad.
It's real bad.
Did this feel self-published? Did it feel edited?
It felt edited.
Because it felt like
the weird idioms, the slightly wrong idioms, but
those could have been on purpose.
maybe. I don't know.
Yeah.
I genuinely think those are slip-ups, but I don't know. But, everything was spelled fairly well. There weren't, a surplus of typos or anything like that. And
Right.
It felt like someone else had gone over it. And this guy is not just an author of this book. He's got a lot of other books. But most of them, I think, are, court procedurals.
Oh.
Yeah, he did a foray out of his comfort zone to do this.
That's interesting.
Yeah, and, a lawyer writing court procedurals.
There you go.
He probably knows some shit about that.
Yeah.
It didn't feel like he knew shit about this.
And he would have seen people in his real world job that he could have then incorporated into stories, and they would have a lot more flavor and be more true and interesting.
Yeah, and this one has a flavor. It's just shit flavored.
What is that game where you have to pick verb, noun, adverb, blah, 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 ad-libs? This kind of felt like a game of ad-libs where we are just gonna throw out a random thing.
Yeah, just throw out a random steampunk word
Yeah.
and replace something else with it.
Yeah. That's kind of what it felt like to me. Yeah, I didn't enjoy this.
No, it wasn't fun.
This.
I've had fun making fun of it.
Yeah,
I've enjoyed that. I sure hope all the effort and reading that I did into this book was worth that. I'm still not sure.
I'm saying probably a D because it's not go to jail.
Yeah, D is what I put.
It's not.
It's just lame.
Yeah.
It's not bad.
It sucks.
It's not evil. It's just lame.
It's just lazy and sucks.
Yeah.
Well.
So that's it for that.
There you go, then.
Yeah.
If you have random steampunk stories that are also lazy and bad,
yeah, please someone comment and give me a good one.
Yeah, give us some good steampunk suggestions.
Yeah, because again, this is my first steampunk, and this truly cannot be a good version of steampunk. This has to be the trashiest of the trash of that genre.
There has to be better stuff than this. Send it to our email, bibliowrecks@gmail.com. We're at BiblioWrecks. Send this to a friend if you know someone who
likes RHINOPARDs.
Do
you like rhinos with canines? Do you like leopards with horns? I've got the episode for them. Yep, I sure do.
Or if you have a friend who really loves steampunk and you want to just make them really mad.
Yeah, I feel like this would be good for that.
Or someone who cares about evolution and animal biology. Or, just transitions and...
and speaking of transmissions. Happy Pride!
Oh, yay!
Yay! I think this will come out.
This is coming out in June?
This should come out in June.
Yes, happy Pride Month,
We should have
everyone.
done that in the 2 previous episodes we did for this month, and we didn't.
Well, we can never actually know when stuff is coming out.
This is coming out.
So.
We're recording this in the early part of June, so it's relevant for us now.
Yeah.
And we'll just bring it up again later in the month, I guess. In the meantime, don't make RHINOPARDS. America is stupid enough as it is right now. We don't need anything as stupid as RHINOPARDS right now.
No. We got enough stupid leopards eating faces.
Unless you let them
now.
loose in the White House. Maybe then.
Or
They
ICE
definitely
headquarters.
can't look any dumber than that fucking MMA cage or whatever it is they're doing there. Ugh.
Well, we'll see y'all later.
Bye.
Bye.